Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel Learn with Sumi. In this video, we are going to learn about the rank of a matrix and how to find a rank of a matrix. Okay, so before proceeding with how to find rank of a matrix, I'll tell you what rank of a matrix is. Okay, so rank of a matrix in simple words, I can say number. Let me consider this as the first definition and the simplest definition. Okay, for your understanding. So number of linearly independent independent rows of a given matrix. Okay, this is one of the simplest definitions, the number of linearly independent rows of a given matrix. I know it is very hard for you to understand this right now, but I will explain you and it will become very easy for you to understand. Okay, you'll be like, oh, this is what it means. Now the second definition, before I can move to the second definition, using which you can get the full marks without any doubts, I'll tell you one more simple, like rank of a matrix is nothing but it is equal to number of independent rows. Here, as I mentioned, independent rows. Okay, rank of a matrix is the number of independent rows of a matrix. It's same, right? That is how one more way you can write it. And now I am telling you the rank of a matrix, a little bit advanced definition, using which you can get a full marks without any doubt. This also, if for 1 mark this can work, but if they ask for like 2 marks or something, then you have to use this one. So the rank of a matrix is a positive integer. Okay, is a positive integer which can be evaluated, okay, of a matrix by taking number of non-zero rows in a matrix after the elementary transformation. So if you remember, the elementary transformation can be done using the row transformation or the column transformation, but here we will mostly be using the row transformation. We will only be using the row transformation only. Okay, and the rank of a matrix, let me consider matrix A, can be denoted by row. This is row of A is equals to the rank of a matrix. Rank of a matrix is equals to R here. Okay, I know this definition looks like a rocket science to you right now, but I know you're very smart. I will explain you and it will just be a piece of cake for you. Okay, now as I mentioned, it can be denoted as rank of a matrix A is equals to R. How we can find the rank of a matrix, right? The methods to find the rank of a matrix. So the one of the methods I can tell you is using the determinant method, which I do not personally recommend you to use. Then we have echelon form. Not personally, nobody recommends you for like more than 3 cross 3 matrix to find the rank of a matrix using the determinant. So then we have echelon form. So determinant, I will not go for determinant in this video, but if you want explicitly to explain you uh, this determinant form, how to find a rank of a matrix using determinant form, then okay, I'll be happy to help. We have echelon form, so I will tell you how to do this, how to find using the echelon form, which is like also a default method. default method. Also, I can say it is a reduced form of a matrix. Okay, reduced form of a matrix. Okay, I'll tell you what echelon form is. First, I'll give you just an idea about echelon form. Do anything, any row operations, any row of operations. But the thing is, you should get the first element of a row to be equal to 1 only. Then later, I don't care what you have in your matrix. Okay, nobody cares what you have in your matrix. This is the first rule. Okay, first element or the first item or the first number must be 1 only. Just below the 1, that is the second row, and the first item must be 0. Okay, and it can be, the next elements can be 0, and by any chance if it is a non-zero, then it must be 1. And after this, who cares what it is. Similarly, 0 0. Then in the third row, third element, mm, the first two elements must be 0, and the third element can be, if it is non-zero, then it should be 1. Then nobody cares. It can also be like this: 0 here, uh 0. If I write 1 here, it will become like identity matrix. No, that is not the concept here. 0 0 0, all everything, all the elements can be either 0 or any non-zero after the 0, it should be 1. Okay, and consider if you have all 0, zeroth row, it should be the last rows. Okay, it should be the last row, not the only row, but you can have multiple 0 rows. Okay, but it should be in the end. So this is how it should look like. Here you can have 3 2 5 6, 3 2 1, anything, any number. Okay, any number you can have it. So this is how your echelon form. Do any row operations, any row operations, but the thing is, you have to get your matrix in this form. Okay, so let me get started with one simple one simple question. So the question is, find the rank of a matrix. Okay, rank of a matrix. So rank of a matrix, I told you here the method is not mentioned. There are two methods, right? Determinant and echelon form. So when the method is not explicitly mentioned, it is understood that you have to use echelon form only. Okay, this is the most recommended, and this is what you should use as per my suggestion. Okay, then I have a question. I'll write it with a red pen. I like colors. Okay, so this is the question: 1 2 minus 2 3. Then I have like 2 5 minus 4 6. Then I have minus 1 minus 3 2 minus 2. Then I have 2 4 minus 1 6. Okay, so this I have to reduce it into the echelon form. Elementary transformation. First do the elementary transformation, then count the non-zero rows, and that is going to be your rank of the matrix. It is no rocket science. Just be patient with the video, just be patient with me, and I will explain you so well that you will find it so easy. You will first try to attempt this question only in your question paper. Okay, so this is the question, right? I'll just turn the page. Okay, I'll write that matrix again so that it won't be a confusion. 1 2 minus 2 3, 2 5 minus 4 6, minus 1 minus 3 2 minus 2. Then I have 2 4 minus 1 6. I told you, perform any row operations, but I want it in the echelon form so that I can have a rank of a matrix. So here, if you can see in the question, the first condition or the first rule was the first element of the first row must be 1. So in the question only, they have made it easy for us by giving 1. So we will not touch this. We will not touch the first row at all. Let's go for the second. This 2 must become 0, right? To achieve the echelon form. So what is the operation you can perform so that you will convert this, or you will make this 2 as 0? So let's perform some operation on the row 2. Row 2 changes to row 2 minus, I can do minus 2r1, right? 2r1, 2r1. If I do this, okay, here I'll show you what I'm doing. These two rows only involved in this. Row 2 I am changing, and with the help of row 1 I multiply. Okay, I'll tell you. This is row 2. 2 minus 2r1. 2 into r1 is 1, right? So this is what becoming 2 minus 2 is equals to 0. Let me write it here. First I'm not touching it, right? 1 2 minus 2 3. Second one it became 0. For the third one, okay, 5 minus 2 into 2, it is giving me 5 minus 4, which is equals to 1, correct? So 1. Then I have minus 4 minus 2 into minus 2, which is equals to minus 4 minus into minus plus 4 is equals to 0. So this is going to be 0, right? Then I have r2 6 minus 2 into r1 is what? 3, which is equals to 6 minus 6, which is also equals to 0. So this became all zeros. Okay, now this is also done. Now here I want 0, right? I want 0 here, I want 0 here, according to my echelon form, in order to achieve my echelon form. So let's perform some operations on r3 itself. So r3 changes from r3 plus r1. If I do r3 plus r1, it will give me 0, right? So minus 1 plus 1 is 0. Minus 3 plus 2 is minus 1. 2 plus of minus 2, so this is going to be minus 2, so this is going to be 0. Okay, minus 2 minus 2 plus 3, it is going to give me 1, right? So this becomes 0, this becomes 0, but this has to be 0. So let's not touch the row 3 again. Let's go for the row 4. So row 4 I want to make this as 0, right? So let me change. Row 4 changes from row 4 changes from 2r1. I can make, I can do this again, 2r1, right? So 2r1, row 4 r4 minus 2r1. So this will give me 0. Then 4 minus 4, it will again give me 0. Minus 1 plus 4, it will minus 1 minus 2 into 2. Let's not get confused. Minus 1 minus 2, sorry, 2 into minus 2. So minus 1 plus 4, so it's going to be 3, right? So this is 3, and the last is 0. How? 6 minus 2 into 3. 6 minus 6 is equals to 0. Understood? So these are the operations I have performed here. Correct? Now the next is I have to make this also as 0. Right? I have to perform some operation in row 3 now. So I will write row 1 we are not going to touch. Okay. Row 2 also we are not going to touch. Row 3, yes, we are going to touch because we have to make this as 0. So let me make some changes or some transformation in row 3. Row 3 changes from row 3 plus, if I add this, r3 plus r2. Okay, so 0 0 plus 0 is 0, minus 1 plus 1 is 0, 0 plus 0 is 0, 1 plus 0 is 1 itself. Okay, and okay, let me just write it down, the last row. Now what I'm doing is, this one I have in the end, and this what do I say, the third number, non-zero number, I have it in the last row. So let me just interchange the rows so that I will get, what I'm doing is, row 3 I'm interchanging with row 4. So what I'll have is, this will be as it is. So this row 3, row 4 I'm writing in the place of row 3. Okay, and row 3 in place of row 4. Okay, now what am I supposed to do? What do I need to do? I have to make that as 1. Correct? To make that as 1, again I have to make some row transformations. I just have to make this as 1, right? So now I will make the changes. I'll just write down the first two rows as it is. Okay, 0 0. So I'll change R3 from 1 by 3 into R3. So it will become 1 0. Correct? Then the last 0 remains the same. Now can you see that we have finally achieved the echelon form? Correct, we have finally achieved the echelon form. So number of non-zero rows are 4. Non-zero rows are 4. So I can write it as rank of a matrix A. Okay, did I denote this as init with, okay, okay. So rank of a matrix A is equals to number of number of non-zero rows, which is equals to 4. Okay, this is very easy, you can understand it very well. If you did not understand, just go through the video again. I have explained it like in each and every single detail. Okay, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being patient to understand this. Okay, if you need any help, you can just comment it down or write a mail to me. I'll be very happy to help you guys. Okay.